make you the host.
Thank you. It's already Wednesday.
I thought it was Thursday.
Oh, that's disappointing. Alright. 3 people so far, Roberta, Sue, and Tracy. Hello, welcome.
Hello. So I don't get to see everybody.
If you go to the bottom participants, you can see attendees. Oh, you can see their names.
Oh, I see. There it is.
Let me go ahead and set this up. Wait, oh. All right. Sophia, how much time should we give everyone to? Oh, I guess you'll start, right, Sophia?
Yeah, I'll do just a quick little intro, but it's totally up to you. We can get started now, just for the sake of time. If people want to join, they can join. They'll join. Totally up to you. Would you like to begin?
Tina?
Sure. Let's just go. We only have an hour, so.
Okay, awesome. So let's dive in then. Well, good morning to those of you that are on the call. My name is Sophia Canan, and I am the Program Director for the Women's Business Center at California Capital. So I just want to thank you all for being with us this morning. If you have attended our workshops before in-house, then welcome back to our virtual workshops. And we've had, we've been so lucky and so fortunate to be able to transition over during this time. And a lot of our instructors have come with us. And so we're really excited to have Tina and Mia with us this morning. If you've ever attended a workshop with them in-house, then you know how lively and how awesome it can be, especially at 9:30 in the morning. And I'm sure they could bring it too through this, the virtually. So thank you all this morning for being with us. If you have any questions at all related to your business, if you need assistance in any type of way, we're here for you. We provide training, counseling, government contracting assistance, and financing assistance. And all of the services that we offer at California Capital are of no cost to you. So I will add my contact information into the chat box. Again, I want to thank you all for being here and joining us this morning for our webinar. And thank you to our instructors, Tina and Mia. And I will hand it off to you guys. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Sophia.
You know what? I logged on early and I got to see Sophia's baby that's 10 months old, just darling. So I'm Tina Reynolds. I'm the founder of Uptown Studios, and we started business in 1992 and have been building business since then. I started with just me working out of my house, and now there's 18 of us working remotely. I'm surprised that Sophia didn't give us the back discussion on where the bathrooms are, but then you know where those are because you're there, right? I want to introduce Mia, who's right here. I think she's here on most people's cameras.
Somewhere.
Here, I don't know.
You're right here for me.
Oh, I am? I'm over there? Okay.
Yes, that's perfect. You're pointing at each other. That was great.
Good. We have, it's so nice to be here with everyone today. I know we've missed our in-person trainings at the Small Business Center a lot, and we've missed hanging out with everyone to talk about marketing, and we're just really glad we can be here virtually. I'm Mia Lopez. I am the marketing director at Uptown Studios. And today we're going to be talking about building your brand's message. Our team has been experimenting with a lot of different ways to present and build messaging for our clients. And we found it's coined the brand message architecture. And we actually, we do have a template that we can share after this call for everyone who's registered for the training. And we're going to kind of walk through how to set up and build the stories and brand message for your business.
So this is such an important phase. You can go to the next slide, Mia, I think. This is where your brand message, it's how people talk about you. It is how you talk about you. It communicates to people who you are and what you stand for, and the special things about you that you need your audience to understand. And when you tell it really well, it engages people. And what we want to do is we want to engage people, bring people into you by being spectacular about what your brand message is. So this is the how, what, and why. I think the most important thing is the why. That's the one that emotionally connects you to your target audience. Mia?
Right. And I'll also want to say, if you have any questions, please type it into the chat and we will answer them as we go through the presentation. So I think that the brand message, you know, it has to, what you're saying about yourself aligns with what your clients are already saying about you. And it can be challenging to align the stories and the messages that you want to give your clients, especially around, like, I know for Uptown Studios, one of our challenges when we're developing messaging just for Uptown is like, do we use a we? Do we use an I? You know, when we're talking about ourselves, especially in writing, do we use, how casual is the language that we use? What are the core principles of our message that need to be consistent through everything that we write? And so we're always looking at those things when we're developing content.
So even when you're an I, even when it's just you, when it was just me and I didn't have any employees, I always talked about we, because I wanted to project an image that said, we can handle everything that you throw at us, because I could expand or contract depending on what was needed. So Uptown Studios, we always talk in the we form. So when there's one of our designers that has created a logo, they never created in a silo. There's a lot of people that put work into a logo, so they're not supposed to say, I designed this, because it's never an I when you're working with our team. And it sounds like we're working in a better team. So Uptown Studios always says we on all of the projects that we work on, because it's never just a solo person that's working on them. And we want to project this image that there's more of us and we can help you in all things. How you really are, it's the emotion behind who you are and what you do. For us, a big part of our brand is that we're involved in community, and we donate our trainings here. We've been doing this for over 6 years now. We show up and support our nonprofits. If there's an event that a nonprofit is having, we're happy to share it on our social media channels, because we've got a few more followers than most people have. So who you are, that emotional connection, is the why we do what we do. And we want you to be able to talk about that.
And that's what really is, especially now, you know, you've heard the trend of like advocacy marketing. It really is your business is, and your offering is probably one that many different people offer, and many different people sell. So setting yourself apart on your why you do what you do, why you're in business, why you want to help people, and why you're in it, will be that draw and gets you the people that you want to work with. Yeah. So it really is an important message.
Small business is usually starting because you want to do something special. You're unique, and you have a different aspect to how you might compare yourself to bigger businesses. And it's usually service and quality and connections and My dog is here. Here, you can see my dog. There's my
Hey,
dog.
Betty Butters.
There's Betty Butters.
Oh.
She helps me during the day by lifting my elbow to pet her. So it is, as a small business, you started because you want to do something differently and you have intention and passion. We want you to talk about it. So this whole series right here, we're going to help you define what that is and how to say it.
Yes.
Let's go.
And we already kind of talked about this. Why create a brand message? It's the message that's going to set you apart and also help you be consistent. So many times when I'm creating content for a client, I have to pull out my architecture, the framework that we've developed, so that I have something to follow when creating content for them. It just allows us to be cohesive. You think about your logo. You want your logo to look the same on all of the materials and the colors. Well, your message is very similar to how that is seen and interpreted.
Yes. So when you're talking to somebody about what it is that you do, you bring a different passion than maybe your coworkers do. It's like, my passion is like, I started Uptown Studios. I am like totally emotionally connected with Uptown Studios. And then I want to seek out and find like-minded people like Mia who can embrace that and roll that out to all of our potential clients and reflect the same image that I have, that she's invested in community, and she talks about our investment in community. She talks about why we're different to work with than other people. And one of the things that we usually say is that we care more about your product than the competition. We care about you being successful. We're not in this just to make money. We're in this to make you successful so that you come back and you rely on us for more work. So those are the kinds of things that we're talking about.
And we're all, with a team of 17 people, we're all bought into this and we all understand that message. So we're all saying it to the clients that we work with.
Yes.
Go ahead. Okay, I'll go, me. A brand message architecture is just how you organize this information. So I'm going to give you a little peek. I'll show you the template that we can share after this call. So this template goes through a lot of what we're talking about today. And you can see here, this is an actual, like a template that you can fill in. And so you have your what, your why, your how, and then the stories that you'll tell. So you can see how it is very organized. So that includes your what, which is your position.
Let's go back to the form.
Sure.
I think, I think Sophia, we'll give it to Sophia, so you can contact her after this and she'll send it to you. But all of these blue spaces are a fillable PDF so that you're going to be filling that in. Okay. We have some examples here. Let's talk through, our example is Hydro Flask. Mm-hmm. Go ahead and go through, Mia. I think
sure.
This will be good for them.
So the elements that we have is your positioning. This is the what. What is the vision and motive of your organization? Like, if everything went right for the services that you provide, how are you fulfilling a need for your clients and for your company? And that really is what drives you and why. We call it the happily ever after because it's just that. If you're telling a story at the end of the road, this is that thing, right?
It's that big picture. It's that big, glorious, joyous example of what it is our product will do. I'll let Mia talk about Hydro Flask, but Uptown Studios is designed for social change. We want to create social change with everything that we do, whether it's a small business or a nonprofit or a government or a corporation. We're in there to help shift culture and to build community.
And that would be our positioning statement: build culture and community. You can see our tagline is going to be included a little bit later on. But that's our big picture. It's like we're improving the community. It's flourishing. People are taken care of. Our community's taken care of. And that's our really big picture. And it doesn't have to be very complicated of a message. It can be really simple. So Hydro Flask, we use this example because I think just our team just really likes Hydro Flask, and this brand architecture kind of confirmed that. Their positioning is to make life more fulfilling. These guys, they make cups and water bottles, but go ahead, Tina.
Yeah, it is. It's just that it is. They make cups and water bottles, and how can they have a positioning statement that's make life more fulfilling? Well, it's like if you have your Hydro Flask there. First, it's like you're buying a product that people know is the highest quality, right? And it's going to make your life more fulfilling. Well, now you have to dig into it. It's like, how is that going to happen, right? So. Right. So you have this big picture, I'm going to make life more fulfilling. It's like, how is that going to happen with a bottle, right? But they're creating this culture by having a make life more fulfilling. Mm-hmm. Right, let's go to the next one.
Sure. The value proposition. So in like this story format, it's the moral of the story or the why this is happening. Okay. Hydro Flask is inspiring an active and joyful life on the go. So now they're connecting this water bottle with a lifestyle of their customers. Their customers are always on the go. They're either exploring, they're doing chores, they're running errands, and they have their Hydro Flask with them. So it's really like that is how they add a benefit to their customers' lives.
So for Uptown Studios, we might say creating campaigns that are easy, fun, and popular, right? I mean, we could drop that in there because I have to say easy, fun, and popular again. If you've ever been to any of our classes, you know it has to be easy to do. It has to look like fun, and it's going to make you more popular. And then you have a good campaign. So that could be part of our value proposition.
Mm-hmm. And then the tagline, how are you going to do it? They're saying their tagline is let's go. We're going to go on this adventure. We're going to be active. We're going to be on the go. And this in the end is going to make your life more fulfilling.
Yeah, they have it. They have it so simply. It is, it's all connected. Make life more fulfilling, inspiring, active, and joyful life on the go. Let's go. Right. So they kind of pull it all together, and it is, this easy, fun, and popular, and it's a bottle and a cup. It's like, how did they come up with that? So clever, right?
And then our hashtag, their hashtag is "Hey, let's go," and that's what they use. So you can see how this really neatly organizes. If you've ever thought about your brand, I'm sure there are many different places you can go, but this helps to kind of focus in those first pieces of what your mindset is. Oh, we didn't show that video. That's okay. Let's see. I just want to make sure that we're hitting everything that we want. Tagline. Yep. Okay, cool. So now the part is the story part. And this one can get a little bit, this one is very challenging to identify what are the stories, the key stories that you want to tell your customers. And I think that one way you can start is just by asking your customers, hey, what is it about me or my business that attracted you to us? Why do you choose to do business? How can we make you happy or happier? And having that conversation with them can help maybe inspire some of the stories that you want to tell.
So at this level, we ask our clients, what we find out from them is that we're easy to work with. We look like a fun company. If they've just looked at our website, we're trying to relay that story of what our culture is through the images and the layout on our website, and you should do the same. If you are a trusted, reliable banking financial service, you want to look different than what the Uptown Studios website looks like. We look like we're easy, fun, and popular to work with. And we are engaged with our team. We show all of our employees on it. The story for us is we're going to be engaged with you. We're going to be easy to work with. You're going to have some fun, and we're going to laugh as we go through it. And we're reliable, and we're trustworthy, and we have a great reputation. All of those things are the stories that we tell, and we tell them throughout our website. We tell them on our social media channels. And we tell them at our trainings. We try to tell it over and over.
Mm-hmm. And I think that the best, like when you're writing your story, thinking about how it affects your customer. Sometimes we get wrapped up in, oh, this is me, it's about me. But really, when a brand and a successful brand is because they put their customers and clients first above themselves. Uptown Studios, one thing that we do in our stories, like we're all about helping our clients with these trainings, with phone calls. Tina is always having, meetings and one-on-ones, because the story is like, we want to help elevate our clients and people that we work with in the community.
Yeah, one of our lead statements at all of our meetings is, how can I help you? And it is not said tritely. It is really, how can we help? We want to help you to build your business. We want to help you connect better with the community. We want to help you build your reputation, and this is what we do to build ours. So we're giving of our time and energy and wisdom, and telling the story is part of what you need to do, and it needs to be about your clients, about your potential target audience. And if you're living that through your culture, it's going to come out in all the things that you do. It's not buy this, buy this, buy this. You need to call me, call me, call me, call me. Hard sell. It's not about that. It's about building your reputation so that you're a reliable source of assistance when you're needed. And then when people are ready to choose somebody that they're going to invest some money in, you're going to be at the top of the list, because it's about them. It's not about you.
Right. So Hydro Flask's stories, and these are we did some digging on their website, on their social media channels. We didn't work with Hydro Flask to develop this, but
no, we did not develop this. But it's such a good example that we had to use it, because it's so tight and neat and perfect.
Yeah, we really love their brand. So the stories that Hydro Flask tells is story number 1. It's perfect for any adventure. And you'll see this repeated on all of their channels. You'll see people carrying Hydro Flasks outdoors. You'll see people carrying it when they're doing daily tasks in their urban lives. Meetings, they're perfect for coffee and hot drinks. They're perfect for cold drinks. So they're showing the variety of how their products help their customers. Tina's Hydro Flask right there. And like they use the word fuel. So whatever beverage of choice, it's your fuel to get through these things. Story number 2, they also have an element of environmentalism and conservation. And part of their story and what they do is support parks. So, which is it shows their commitment to some of the
community builders. They're community builders. They talk about it. We talk about what we do to help people, and we don't talk about it just to benefit us. We talk about it because we want people to join us, and then we build a movement. And they're doing the same thing, but they're talking about their investment and engaging other people to join them.
And how it connects back to their product. Reducing water bottle waste makes better parks, better outdoor spaces. So Hydro Flask, by creating reusable drinking pieces, are
Bottle, cup.
they're helping. Yeah, this is their story. So you see how it all connects together. They worked really hard on this, so I just love it. And it seems simple once you see it like this, but I know that they've spent hours talking about it and how it connects
They
together.
spent a lot of money. They spent a lot of money in this. They did. Well, and then they have their technology. They're innovators in technology, and they talk about that also. That they have different insulation in their mugs that's different than any of the other competition, but they're now being copied. But they started and they did just this great job of telling this story so that I'm emotionally connected to them. It's like, oh yeah, I have a Hydro Flask. That means that I'm kind of cool, right? And so that Easy, Fun, and Popular, they really embrace it in all of their stuff. And it doesn't mean that they're light and just trendy. They're committed and they're trustworthy. And if something happens to the bottle or the cup, you can send it back. They're going to be replacing things that get damaged. You know, they just have this reputation, and it's all built in this brand architecture, how you begin to tell your story and it builds. It's like you're talking about a new rollout of a new thing that you've just made, and then you're going to talk about how innovative it is, and then you're going to talk about how cool it is, and then and so it's layered with all these stories. It doesn't just stop with these 3 stories. It's built.
Mm-hmm. And the insulation isn't the first story that they tell their customers.
No.
It's not at the top of their list. It's not about the product itself. It's really this culture and lifestyle, the things that they're promoting the most.
Yeah. Lifestyle for them. It's a cup. It's a cup. It's a water bottle. Right? And they have built this whole culture around it. That is, it's super cool. So this is a great story, and this is the PDF that we'll send you. So you can go forth and flourish.
So you can see on the second page here, it's all, you can type in your positioning statement, value proposition, tagline, your hashtags, and your stories to help you kind of organize the content that you're creating.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see here.
Right.
We're moving really fast.
Well, you know, let's talk. Let me see. Are there questions? Let's see. Okay, so she just shared her email. So I don't see any questions except how to get the template. Let's talk about how is it that you start with your brand? Do you have a logo? Does everybody have a logo that you love? Is it solid? Does it reflect who you are? This is part of the brand. When you are posting on Instagram, do all your photos have a campaign look so that they have been styled? Maybe they have a blue filter on them, and everyone that's one of your tools has a blue filter on it, so that they all start to look the same, and that I'm going to recognize, oh, that's from you. Uptown Studios has a lot of different campaigns that we work on, and to get our information out there, we brand each of the campaigns. They may have a little bit of a different look, but it all looks like it's under the umbrella of Uptown Studios.
We have a message from Roberta who says that the logo has been a challenge, so she doesn't have it yet.
Okay, there are a lot of logo places that are very affordable. Our prices are $1,500 to $5,000 for a logo. So we're not here to sell you logos. We're here to help you get a good one. There are places online that have very affordable logos, like Logo Bob. Just search for inexpensive logos, and then what you do is you find something that you like, you shift the colors some, and you can come out with a brand that's pretty strong when you're starting. Because it's expensive. When you get to using a firm like ours, you've got a couple of employees and you're starting to produce things, and you really are talking about the brand. Up until then, it's pretty much you got to do your own work. and it's important that you do your own work because you need to understand the stuff that goes into it, so that when you're at the place where you're going to hire somebody like Uptown Studios, you understand what the kind of questions are that you need to ask. It's like, I need a branding statement. I need all of these things. You're going to understand the lingo because you're walking through it now.
And Roberta, she clarified. She does have a logo, but it's getting one a design that matches her brand.
Okay.
I think that something that would help is doing this work on your brand stories and your brand message. Oh, there are two Robertas.
Two Robertas. Two Robertas. That's as odd as having two Tinas.
Roberta James and Roberta Moyer.
Yeah.
So starting with your brand message, looking at the stories that you want to tell for your brand, I think will help you identify the logos in the direction
I have a good thing. Can you all see the background on this questions page? It says change, philanthropy, inclusive, pay it forward, future, accessible, growth, boldness, what is that? Charitable, community, altruism. So these are some of the words in our word soup that describe us. If you go through and you write the words that you want to use to describe you, and it's just a single word, it's like, and make a big list. This is the culture that I'm building. This is going to help you to find out what style is going to look good with your logo. All of these words are going to help you to define who you are.
Yeah, and I think something too is that your logo and your style is going to change as your company evolves. These stories, these aren't set in stone stories. You're going to change them. You're going to find new stories. You're going to find new ways to connect with your clients. It just takes time and trial and error. How many logos has Uptown Studios had, Tina?
Oh, let me see. We've probably had 10 logos in 28 years. I started it as me working out of my house, and I had it was like an Axis logo. I wanted it to look like the world, that Uptown Studios was bigger than just me. So I did this Axis logo and the fonts, and then we've evolved, and we just pushed out a new logo. We pushed out a logo icon that's US, because Uptown Studios is us, and so we're starting to play with that verbiage, that call us Uptown Studios. And this style here that you're seeing here on the dark brown background, this is a new evolution. You're going to see some changes on our website. We're going to be moving from whimsy, which we have some illustrative icons on there. We're going to move to more graphic and more people. So you're going to see us shifting from the icons of what we do to the people that do what we do. So we're going to reflect our team more on our website. We're ever changing, and always talking about what it is that we do and how can I help you? How can I help you? Let us help you. And even if we don't sign a contract, we can still help you get to the next step. And down the road, you're going to remember us, that we helped you, and we're just here to help. So do a word soup like this. And I think that this is going to help you get to the tone of who it is that you want, what your culture is going to be, and how you talk about it. It'll really help.
A word soup.
Word soup. It's a word soup. Yes. And it's yummy.
I like it. I like it a lot.
So other questions on logos, branding. Let's talk a little bit about campaigns, because you're probably, let's see, can you speak for a moment on trademarking logos? Is it necessary? It seems like, no, it's not necessary. As soon as you produce it and print something, you pretty much have a copyright on it. As long as you haven't stolen it from somebody else. If you find something that you like online, it should be inspiration and it shouldn't just be copied. So the inspiration needs to be 80% different from the original that you're looking at. So it's a graphic designer's life is to be inspired by what's out there already. Pinterest is a great place to go get inspired, but you don't want to copy what somebody else is doing. And once you've printed it, once you've produced it, once you put it on a social media page, it's pretty much copyrighted. You don't have to worry about trademark until you're really at the Hydro Flask level, where they've got a patent on the way that they insulate their mugs, and it's become a big company.
Mm-hmm. And especially because the logo is going to change, probably, trademarking, it's really about this story and the message even more than your logo. It's your brand message that makes your logo recognizable, if that makes sense. Because that's the story that people know.
Yeah. They're all fit together. It's this layers of making this sandwich. It's like you're making this word soup, and then the look and feel of it is going to begin to grow and change as because maybe you start out I started out as a graphic designer. All I did was graphic design. First, there was no web and there was no social media. And I designed a lot of yellow page ads because that's the way that everybody did newspaper ads, magazine ads, brochures, everything was printed. And as I grew, now I'm a business owner. I'm not a graphic designer anymore. I'm a marketing firm that has all of these things. Every time I add a new aspect to the business, like the most recent thing that we added was full-time video and photography. So as we add that, then it changes who we are again. So we're ever growing, and you will be ever changing and moving and shifting. But the story, you need the culture, the passion. My passion for good design and marketing that's going to make people successful is what my goal is. And then I share that with my team.
I think that's a really good point that you bring up, Tina, about, we add on services or change services, but because we're telling this larger story of why we do what we do, it doesn't alter what we're saying to our clients that much.
Right. It's like we added video, and what it is it becomes folded into our story, and the video that we create goes along with our story. We really want to tell visual stories with our video work. We want it to be high quality, the highest quality. We are very competitive in the video market, and that our quality exceeds many of the competitors. So it's that, and it's the same with our graphic design. It's like we want to create unique expressions of visual arts that are going to help you to grow your business. And it's exceptional compared to many of the competitors. And so that quality is something that we're always talking about.
Great. Awesome.
Let's see, trademarking logos. Are there any other questions?
No problem. Good question. Thanks for asking it.
Yes. So let's talk about the campaign. Let's go deeper into the campaign. Let's say you have a widget that you want to sell. You've got a new thing that you're going to sell, and you want to talk about all of the aspects of this thing. It's a thing. It's a thing like this, right? It's a little thing like this, and you want to sell it. Well, you're going to talk about the uniqueness and how it's going to create a better life for you. This thing is going to create a better life. So this is the initial story, right? So we're talking about how this thing is wonderful and great, and it's really going to change your life. That's one of the campaigns. Now this is all going to be the same. The next is like, oh, these are innovative and unique and reliable and sturdy and sleek, and that's another story. And then you're going to take them out. Of course, I invented these iPods.
Oh, nice. Wow, Tina.
Yeah. And then you're going to talk about how when you see me with these in my ears, you're going to know that I'm very special because This is a very special product. So you're going to talk about that, and it's going to be your campaign, and you want to have a look and feel that is similar throughout all of the stories, right? So that when I see that on Instagram, I know it's you. I know it's you. Oh, I know that's you. I want to read that because they're entertaining. Talk some more about campaigns, Mia, because this is a big part.
Well, you see, I have mine too, you know.
You're cool.
I accidentally turned them on and they connected to my computer Bluetooth. So I'm going to be using these now.
Yes. So we love campaigns. We love campaigns because there's a beginning and an end, right? It's not just, they're easy to do and they're fun.
They can be short term. So
yeah.
A campaign is a little bit different from your like overall story of your brand. It will be really focused on one aspect. So like Hydro Flask might have a campaign for a new line of products, and the overlying is, you know, this enables people to have more fulfilling lives, but like check out the products and how we're innovating and how this new product is benefiting our customers.
Right.
And you also, campaigns are very measurable. So with a short burst of promotions on social media or on you know, maybe host a webinar, you can see the return immediately.
Yes. It's not that long-term investment. You know, it's like we're building a culture at Uptown Studios. And so it's long and lean. It's that it goes on and on and on, and there may be some shifts in it, but it is similar story. A campaign is hey, we got a new cup holder for bike riders, right? And we're going to push out this campaign about these cup holders for the Hydro Flask. But it's going to go along with that long story that they're cool. It's fun. You know, it's going to change your life. It changes the world.
Yeah. Campaigns are great. Yeah. I think that the messaging, you know, once you start finding these stories, you can have a campaign for a story. Like, what aspect about your organization do you want to stand out above the rest? Pay some really close attention to promoting that message, and you can create a blog series. So maybe it's how you're helping your community or helping your neighbors during this time. You create a blog series, you're interviewing people on their expertise, and it all goes around the story of community.
Would one of you just type in the chat what kind of product or service is one of your products, and then we're going to walk through that product. So the first one gets the details. So type away, fast fingers. Go, go, go.
Oh,
okay. Somebody's typing. Okay. Personalized candles. All right, let's talk about personalized candles.
Mm-hmm.
What is special about them? We need to identify what's special. Well, they're special because they're personalized. This is just for you. It has your name or a saying on it, right? Is that correct? Mm-hmm. You're going to put somebody's name on there, or happy graduation, Judy, something like that. How do you create a campaign? How would we go about creating a campaign, Mia?
Mm-hmm.
First, we need to know the product, and we need to know the culture of the organization.
Yes. So we identify, okay, personalized candles. Well, why do people enjoy giving or receiving candles? They enjoy them because they smell good. They enjoy them because it gives them a really good feeling around their home. They enjoy them because it helps set the mood. It will add a really nice, like a good, like chill mood. It'll help set a chill mood, you know, if you like to do yoga. It will help to bring a nice fresh scent to the house. So a candle isn't just a candle. It is a ambiance setting tool.
Yeah, there you go. An ambient setting tool. You need to use that in your tagline. We're going to
You know,
set the, you're going to talk about setting the mood, because that's what you really think about when you have a candle. It's a special occasion. It's a moment that we're going to light up your life in that moment. So any one of those could be a campaign. Light the moment could be the name of the campaign. And then what you're going to do is all of your images are going to be different moments that are lighting the moment in their life. And they're all going to look similar. And maybe you use a color treatment on it, or maybe you use some special edges around the photo, or maybe it is the quality of the photo. They're always high quality. But then you're going to push out these stories on this campaign, and it's all about lighting the moment. How is that? Did that help? Does that help push you in that direction, Roberta? Yes. Okay. I'm going to give you a little kick in the ass. Go use our ideas. They're free. How can I help you? That's how I can help you. Let's do shelter packs. I see shelter packs there. Shelter packs, you could probably use the Hydro Flask, because you're changing people's lives. You're building community. You're creating a way for people to survive in hard times. And the emotions that you can bring from a shelter pack is, you really can say, we're changing people's lives for the better. We're helping to elevate people to the next level.
Yeah, Sue, it's good to see you. Thanks for coming to the our training. Yeah. I would also say, this, like, you're connecting people to the outdoors. You're making it more accessible. You're making it easier for them. That whole idea of easy, fun, and popular. And that's really how you're helping your audience. It's more than just, here's a pack to shelter you from the rain,
Yeah. Or here's a shelter pack that you can support your homeless community with. Mm-hmm. You can take two different stories from that. Here's for the biker that needs to have an easy to throw up overnight place to stay. They're the great outdoors, enjoying the great outdoors. And then there's the people without that are homeless, that are sleeping under a blanket on a piece of cardboard, and that's a whole different story. So you have two options that you can go down. It is, one is going to generate some income. That is the people that need a quick way to throw up a tent or a shelter, something that's an overnight thing. And then you have the community change and affecting change within the homeless community. So one is going to make money and one is going to affect change. And you want to talk about both of them, because they're both options, and they're both two great campaigns that you can have. But you're usually, if you're talking about the money-making aspect, you really are going to be talking about, what are you going to do with the profits that you make, and that you're going to invest them over here. But it really is about building a community around, I'm going to ride my bike down the coast and I need a place to stay and I don't want to take a tent, right? All right, is there anybody else?
Roberta James said coaching.
Coaching, okay. Coaching is a service. And so coaching is broad. I think that when you're talking about coaching, I want you to do this word soup, is like, why is your coaching different from some of the other coaching? I mean, there's life coaches and business coaches, and I mean, there's so many venues that you can go down. It's like, be more specific on what it is that you're coaching people on. Maybe it's Little League coaching. Maybe, I don't know, right? So, right, we want to make sure that you can describe what kind of coaching. This word soup would be really good for you.
And I think with coaching as well, it's really it's a very personal relationship base. People are choosing to work with you because they look up to you. They believe that you're going to help elevate them to the level that you are. So you really have to be good at telling your story. how you've changed, what you've learned. How did you get to this place of coaching to help kind of give that level of expertise so that a new client will know to trust you and know that they want to choose you for their coaching needs?
Right, and have testimonials. Get the people that have loved the experience with you to talk about that, and they're going to be part of the story. So their story about working with you can be a great part of the story that you start telling. And you need to advertise your service. Uptown Studios is almost all service now. We used to have products because we used to give art boards to people, but now we're designing it and it's all digital. So we have to talk about each style of thing that we do uniquely and under the brand that has all of these things that we provide. So you're probably going to be doing the same thing with your coaching. It's like we have these 4 different styles of coaching that we can provide under the umbrella of our business name. And under the umbrella of the business name, that's where you're building your reputation and your trustworthiness, and you're going back to the brand architecture and telling your story through there. I think that everything that you do can have a brand story. Everything that you do has a story that you need to get better at telling, so that you become engaging to people and they trust you and you're reliable, and people are talking about you, saying that you're trustworthy and reliable.
And I think and not just how you talking and telling your story is really easy, but it's connecting those pieces with everything that you create for your brand. So that is social media posts, that's flyers, that's events, that is your voicemail on your phone, your signature, like it's all connected.
Your signature on your email, it is all your brand. Everything that you say about your company and everything that's said about your company is your brand. And what you want to do is you want to control the story that goes out, and you want to monitor the story that comes back, so that if somebody is saying, I went to Uptown Studios to do my website, I wonder if they have a recommendation for video. I haven't told our story very well. We do video. So I have to, then I have to hear that, and then I have to adjust. I have to give equal time to video on all of my channels so that people know that we do video too. Right?
Right. And Tina, would you say, like, for folks, obviously there's a lot of places where your story can be, like, what is like the couple like easy building blocks that attendees can start on that will help them kind of set a framework for setting this stuff up without getting too crazy?
So it gets really big. I personally concentrate on one channel, and that's LinkedIn, so that I'm telling my story about Uptown Studios on LinkedIn. So I've become the public face, but we're working with Mia and Kiara and a couple other people so that we have more than just my face out there, because we're so much more diverse than just me. But I spend my time on LinkedIn because that's a channel that I'm comfortable with. I talk business to business. I think that the way that I started on LinkedIn, it was really finding marketing directors, CEOs, vice presidents of operations, and a couple other job titles in Sacramento, and then requesting them to follow me. And then I also reached out to people that I admired in the community, and I'd send them a note saying, I admire what you're doing. I like that you're involved in this homeless effort, or these shelter pets, or foster youth. I admire that you're doing this kind of work. I would love to connect with you. And then they would connect with me. And then it was that I would say, can we have a coffee? It's like the way that I'm building our reputation is by being out there and being involved in community and connecting with people. It's not a passive thing to be marketing your business. Everything that I do is, Uptown has become me. Everything I do is connected to Uptown Studios. Some of my best friends are our clients. I live, eat, and breathe Uptown Studios. I love it. I love thinking of myself as the puppet master and managing all of these aspects of the company. But it started, remember, as a graphic designer, and I had to do my own books, and I had to answer my own phone, and I had to do everything. So as you get busier, you're going to hire a new person that's going to take that off of your plate so that you're not working so much. So now I only concentrate on the reputation of Uptown Studios. LinkedIn is a great place for that. LinkedIn is a great place to work on building your reputation, and you can get your practice there and create some little videos, talk to people. It doesn't have to be super slick. Super slick can happen later. This is really about being honest and showing your true self. I think that we have maybe 5 minutes left. Is that right?
Yeah, yep. How do you feel, Sue asked, how do you feel about running ads on Facebook or Instagram to refine brand messaging? I think that's a great idea. I think that social media advertising is a great place to test the types of messages that resonate with your target audience and finding what they engage with. But also, I think that it can be a really great place to do some like market research. So asking your customers questions about your product, you know, asking them, hey, you know, for shelter packs, would you use this biking? Do you see yourself camping with this? Like, what outdoor activity do you envision doing with this shelter pack? And they can give you that feedback, and you can use that information to tell your story and set your brand apart.
Yes. So you're tagging the people, you're getting their stories in there. It's like, oh, good idea. That sounds great. I'm going to use that in my marketing if I can, if you don't mind. Thanks for your help. Right?
Half of marketing is talking to other people and finding out their experience.
Yes.
And is there a good tool for understanding analytics? No.
Google Analytics. Google Analytics is the tool, and you need to install it on your website. And then you need to generate reports. The way that I learned about Google Analytics is if they generate a report for you and you click on it, it'll tell you what it's talking about. If you have a website, send me an email. You have my email. I'll do an SEO, a search engine optimization report on your website. And as it goes through, it tells you what it is and why it's important. Google does the same thing in Google Analytics, and there's lots of training. I'm not a Google expert, but I've had to learn what to look for in the Google Analytics reports because they tell me how my business is doing, and I look at them. Ask Mia. We talk about them every month, on all of our channels. And if it goes down, I go, hey, why did this go down? And then she has to go, ooh, I don't know. We'll have to look into that. What happened here, right? And if it goes up, ooh, what did we do? We need to do more of that. We're doing the same thing that you guys are doing. We're just doing it for other people and ourselves.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So
awesome.
I think that we're near done, and I want to say thank you to everyone for joining us. It's a little different. It's so much more fun when I'm in the room with you all and I can pick on you because I can't see who's in the room right now. I can see your names, but I appreciate everything that you do. I encourage you to move forward and grow your company. Do something. Keep doing something. Fill out this report. Here's our emails, and we will see you next time. And thanks for joining us.
Thank you. Nice to see you. Thank you so much.
Thanks,
Thank
Sophia.
you, Tina. Thank you, Mia. Thank you very much. I really appreciate you both and your time. And my baby does too.
I hear.
So, on that note, you'll have a great day.
All right,
and Kimberly asked for a transcript of this. Sophia, will this be available on the website? Will this be emailed out to folks?
As video.
As video, I believe so. This recording recording was recorded. And so what we've been doing, and so something I want to connect with you both after, is we've been recording a few of our webinars, and we're going to actually have them translated into multiple languages, and subtitles added as well, so that they can be as accessible as possible through our website. So we're looking at least like a 2 to 3 week turnaround time for each of these to get added, because we need to do some editing and get them translated and get them into the right hands. But yes, this will be available on our website later. And then I will make sure to send out the documents that you were talking about today during the presentation to people that were registered.
Awesome. Thank you, Sophia. We appreciate all your work, and thanks for organizing and getting us together.
Thank you.
everyone. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.